tried hard to be strong for you, so your path was clear. All I did was long for you and wish you'd come back here. Each morning sun would promise hope. To me it said, okay, get up, time for your heart to start to break again today. Well, somewhere along the line, your love divided into two. A match between desire and what you thought was right to do. Is Mercury in retrograde? Did the stars fall out of line? I need a better reason than it just was not our time. Now you turn the page and you send your best to me. Was it a momentary journey or a broken destiny? Another bell unanswered, another unplayed song. If our fate was in the heavens, this time the heavens got it wrong. Well, who knows where we'll be standing a couple years from now. My boyish looks long abandoned, though I still pretend somehow. The day always seems to come when hope no longer springs, and all those lovely notes must then return to their strings. But every now and then, clear out of the blue, something will remind you how much more there was to do. Might be out there in the shadow as you pull the evening blinds. You'll wonder where he is and if you ever cross his mind. Now the gray geese call and winter finds its voice, and the leaves will fall as if they had a choice. Another bell unanswered, another unplayed song. If our fate was in the heavens this time, if our fate was in the heavens, this time the heavens got it wrong. I got no more stories to tell you here tonight. I've relived all my glory. Should have left this bar while it was light. Annie, babe, those smokes are gonna wreck that creamy skin of yours. I'll give you 5 to 1. You don't even taste them anymore. But Anabel, I hope you split this town before it kicks the daylights out of you. Babe, you're like some jewel I found. I've never known a heart near as true. I would sooner swallow fire then be the reason for your tears to fall. Hey, it's coming to the wire. You better go before you lose it all. Look at all these posers. We think the world owes us when we're kids. My hair was long, my hands were strong. I could show you pictures. Yeah, I already did. And then we'll listen to the saxophone, as sweet as the day they laid it down. You know it kills me when you get that look, like you just discovered sound. But Anabel, I hope you split this town before it kicks the daylights out of you. Babe, you're like some jewel I found. I've never known a heart near as true. And I would sooner swallow fire than be the reason for your tears to fall. Hey, it's coming to the wire. You better go before you lose it all. I said it's coming to the wire. Yeah, you better go before you lose it all. La 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la la la. I learned about a wedding crashed by rebels in New Delhi. I learned about a guy who stashed 3 kilos in his belly. I learned Amelia Earhart may in fact still be alive, and that killer bees in Sicily are learning how to drive. I learned my friends are two-dimensional, every secret written. You don't need to tap their phones, there's nothing left that's hidden. I learned that cats are cute, lest you happen to be a mouse. I learned it only takes a suit to be elected to the House. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity, as goes the human touch, so goes humanity. I learned the world's a lovely mystery, I'm glad to tag along. As soon as someone's sure they're right, that's when I'm sure they're wrong. I learned that it's a better thing to build a bridge than burn it. I learned that people taught to turn the other cheek won't turn it, and that evidence and science, now with that we thumb our noses. The mention of a dying earth, the conversation closes, but pitchforks and streets of gold, that we're gonna swallow. Well, I learned not to judge, but pardon me if I don't follow. You can spend half your life tossing hopes into the air. 2 hands engaged in labor do more than 1,000 clasped in prayer. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity, as goes the human touch, so goes humanity. Well, I learned that looking good may have a lot to do with lighting. I learned about a war or two we had no business fighting. I learned the highest judges in the land can still be bought. I learned if you play footsie with the next stall, you'll be caught. And that you can repent once, but the second time you're toast. I learned the ones most guilty are the ones that yell the most. I learned that people cite the Constitution till they're blue, when the only amendment that they know is number 2. Some try to save the unborn through their righteous megaphone, but God help you after the first breath you take on your own. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity. Here's to the human race and all of its vanity. I learned that people swallow metal things more often than I'd guess. I learned that less is more, and that I'm sure more or less. I learned that even when you think you are, you're not alone. I learned that Walmart shoppers are a breed unto their own. I learned that music I detest has other people smitten. The only time I have agreed, worst lyric ever written. Horse with no name, plants and birds and rocks and things and I learned the body politic is now severely broken. I learned the best opinions are the ones that stay unspoken. And still I sing this song to you despite my own advice. Believe me, soon it will be over, then I'll sing something nice. I learned we got a stack of bills and nothing left to pay them. No more things to say and now 100 ways to say them. And I learned all this in an hour here at Laptop College. So much information and so little knowledge. I learned we need to make time for our husbands and our wives, and that we're drifting far from what's important in our lives. Not you and me, I'll make your motor run, don't you ever doubt it. But baby, hurry up and come so I can tweet about it. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity, as goes the human touch. Yeah, 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 yeah. I spent the day in cyberspace, contagious insanity, as goes the human touch. So goes humanity. You brush against fate at least once a day. At night you tend the ghosts of all the close calls. I can say love scared you the most. Your mother taught you to be tough. Your father showed you tender. But on their own, neither one's enough. Sometimes you fight, sometimes surrender. You're gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. But when the lamps go on and the day's work is done, who's gonna be the one to save you? You know your story and you know it well. You've walked with kings and bums. It's in between the lines you tell. That's where the real story comes. And with a diamond cutter's eye, nothing left to chance. You don't let a soul get by without at least a passing glance. You're gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. And though you might lose a step, you'll never be outrun. But who's gonna be the one to save you? You hear the sound the hardwood makes, moans and creaks and it bites. I know those floors have felt the weight of 1,000 sleepless nights. Yeah, you do your best to change. They do their best to keep you silent. Well, you can carve into your deepest vein and still be stranded on Monkey Island. Those who live by fair and just are bound to be laid low. Among the few you still can trust, John Coltrane, Hank Snow. So let's just raise a glass for them who time has frozen the page. Days gone by when men were men and all the world was not a stage. You're gonna be the one to save the day. Yeah, I believe that's what you're here to do. But when the last drops of bourbon mix with the rising sun, who's gonna be the one to save you? Who's gonna be the one to save you? There's a time, early evening, the city shows its mercy. Lines are cast through the river glass as the sun sinks into Jersey. And on my left, the lady glints, the copper torch of liberty. On my right, the faded prints of where you stood so near to me. Through window panes as thin as prayer, you can hear the peals of thunder. And I've spent hours sitting there, confusing love with hunger. Today my longing knows no limits. I'm held by what I cannot hold. Stay with me for just these few more minutes and keep me from the cold. take you, and I will have to let go. For just one more chance to make you laugh, I'd give the world, you know. I have not always shown my best. I've wounded those I most adore. But all is well, safely rest. I will meet you on the other shore.